come around? When will you come around? When will you come around? It's unforgiving love. When will you come around? When will you come around? When will you come around? It's unforgiving love.
So first and foremost, if nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, you already know, I do have to give you that brief disclaimer. I only want you to take what resonates and leave the rest behind, all right? I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. Thank you, beautiful. If you don't get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through somebody else, so be patient with your process. Also, y'all already know, my voice is too raspy to be whispering, all right? So this about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume. Now, before we get started, I want to thank you so much in advance for all your love, likes, shares, subscribes, gifts, kind words, not only to myself, but each other too, because I don't always get to pause in the middle of my message and when I'm relaying to acknowledge you, but I promise you when I post this on YouTube, I will shout you out, all right? Thank you, beautiful. So let's get started, chosen ones. I have to relay this. At this point in time, we already stated that this is the point in your life where certain things are balancing out. Certain cycles are coming to an end. But there's also certain closures that God is going to call you up in order for them to be closed in a sense. Now, what do I mean? See, chosen ones, right now and throughout this process, you have been so focused on the finishing product. You were so focused on the things that you wanted to do, that you knew you needed to do, making certain moves, whatever the case may be. But you may not have acknowledged certain cycles that you may have created too. Now, what do I mean? See, we're going to break it down because it comes in various forms. See, some of you come from broken homes. Some of you come from where your mother wasn't with your father didn't acknowledge your mother, so on and so forth, or they wasn't there working well with each other, whatever the case may be. So you may have said that you was never going to bring your child into that same dynamic. You said how it was so important for your child to experience those two-parent home type of dynamics. See, at that point in time, when you're with the person that you're with, see, you didn't realize that you were meeting them based upon the energy that you were sending to attract them. So when you met them, you were still trauma bonding. You were still growing. You were still healing. Certain things were still getting revealed then. But you may have pictured them as your forever after. So therefore, you settle because that person may have grew to their full potential. So I want you to think about certain plants. This flower could grow to this height. This other one can overtower them. This one could go this length, so on and so forth. So when you met them, chosen ones, a lot of the time, because you were still blooming, because you were still growing, because you were still getting to know you and healing you, you may have thought that this was your perfect partner, and the whole time they was representing an old version of you. Whole time that you had to keep breaking yourself down, cutting yourself down in order for them to keep up with you. So that was putting your dreams to the side, your admirations to the side, happiness to the side in order to be with these individuals. Now hear me out. You had good intentions. So when you got them pregnant or got pregnant by them, you decided to marry them. You may have, again, been in a relationship and other people may have encouraged you that you need to make that person an honest man or woman. They needed to marry them. Whatever the case may be, there's certain people on the outside that was influencing you. They told you what they felt like you should do. What worked for them but didn't really work for them, but you starting to see that as well. See, these individuals had you filling into a blueprint that they had set for themselves. So you may have settled or again sat there and chased a certain type of partner based upon the type of partner that your parents had presented. Now keep up with me, chosen ones. This is why I say this. There's some of you that's fighting so hard for that two-parent dynamic, so hard to fight that and break that cycle of having two parents that wasn't around. Whole time you ain't even realize that you was creating a new cycle yourself. See, now your children may not be growing up to see those parents not living together, but they're also seeing, now you created a cycle of them seeing a parent that settles with that person just because they have a child by them, settles with that person just because of other people's opinions, doesn't feel happiness, doesn't feel at peace with them, but just feels like they have to live in that dynamic based upon what other people may feel like they need to do. So your intentions was to do right, but you end up creating a better another cycle as well, right? Now hear me out. When I say that this is your season to close out certain cycles that you created as well, one, a lot of it revolves around your children. Because there's some of you that was searching for love, you was looking for love, you felt like your partner was going to bring everything together in a sense. You could have had a son and you wanted him to have that masculine representation around them. You could have had a daughter and you wanted somebody to show that nurturing side to them, that dynamic that their parent may not have placed or walked outside of their life to do elsewhere, whatever the case may be, right? See, you had good intentions, chosen ones. So this is why this is your season to close out that cycle that you previously created, because there was a point in time where you was placed in the same position as your mother or your father once was. See, your mother was praying for love to come in and she ended up giving birth to love instead, and that was you. But she may not have honored you, respected you, nurtured you, been around you. She could have neglected you, whatever the case may be. See, she looked over the answer of her prayers. So now God wants to see, are you seeing things clearly? Are you doing the same thing? See, sometimes you focus on what you don't want to bring in, and that's what you end up manifesting. When you focus on what you don't want, that's what you start to manifest to you. So with that same idea, think about all the positive things that you want, and you can attract them to you too. So instead of saying that you'll never be this type of parent, say the type of parent that you are or plan to be. I am a great mother. I am a great father. I'm a loving, nurturing parent. I'm always here for my children. I'm always supportive of them. You say the things that you want to speak onto you, not speaking and activating past people's cycles and having those surrounding you. Now hear me out, chosen ones. Some of you have shown your children time and time again failed relationships. Some of you have shown your children time and time again you getting taken advantage of. Time and time again, arguments, fights, and if they may not have witnessed it firsthand as far as the arguments, but they could pick up on your energy because it's intertwined with theirs. So those days that they had an attitude and you talking about they ain't had nothing to be mad at, you was correct because that was getting projected from you. That day that they was seeming a little pouty and you asking them, telling them to fix their face, you got certain things going on, you ain't realized that you was projecting that upon them. See, certain things you're starting to realize how you have a major impact on other people around you, but also people have an impact on your life too. Now, hear me out, chosen ones. This is your season for you to undo what you did. No, it's not for you to be hard on yourself on the fact that you once were pursuing love and you may not have, again, balanced it with being a parent or whatever the case may be. You have an opportunity to make things better now. So those times that you wasn't there for your children, guess what? I don't care if they grown or not. You still have an opportunity to reconnect with that inner child with them. That inner child is still wishing or hoping that you'll get your shit together. So why not show them? There's some of you that, again, have shown your child how to settle for certain relationship dynamics that really don't bring them peace, may bring a sense of stability, may sit there and benefit when it comes to other people's opinion pertaining to them, but there's no happiness. There's no, again, peace that's going to come with that. So now your lesson in the cycle for you to close is for them to actually see that you are allowing love to come in. So you may have had certain, again, past partnerships that wasn't there for you. They seen you get used, abused, sad, depressed, whatever the case may be, right? You could have been neglected. You could have been the mother that had to step up and play that father figure position. You could have been the father who had to sit there and go back and forth with this bitter baby mama, whatever the case may be, but you showing your children certain things differently. So one, disconnecting from that person that is a karmic, no matter if you have a child with them or not. Yes, there's going to come karma and consequences for you not listening to God. God gave you signs and synchronicities that they wasn't for you way before you laid down and even gave birth to the child that you had. See, God showed you already that it was an imbalance in that dynamic, but you ain't listen. You let your urges get to you. You allow whatever they words say to manipulate you. You allow certain magic that was being done to get to you, which it wouldn't have had an impact if you was being a higher vibration of yourself. So, chosen ones, at this point in time, again, there was karma and consequences as well for you choosing that person or you co-signing that person like they was your divine person when God didn't even co-sign that. God's like, who told you that was your person? Just because they was able to say certain lies and finesse. See, now you seeing things clearly. But there's karma that comes with it. So that's you having to be the bigger person when it comes to raising your children with that individual. That's you having to deal with their attitude from time to time, but looking past that in order to be involved in your child's life. That's you potentially having to pay child support just based upon the fact that you two aren't in a relationship dynamic. No, there's certain karma that may come with it. Are you still stepping up and playing a position, or do you create or recreate the cycle that you've seen? See, now you're no longer a two-parent home, but you could show your things differently, your children things differently. Now, what do I mean? See, now you may not have broken that cycle of raising them with the mother that you gave birth to, but you disconnect from that person when you realize that they wasn't for you. So not only that, you are healing yourself. You allow that ego to go to the side. You started, again, getting closer to God. You start allowing yourself to be aligned in the purpose and position that God wants to place you in. Not only that, chosen ones, now you are actually allowing yourself to be open to real love, and now they get to witness it. So you are actually closing out cycles. The sooner that you're willing to accept love, be love, embrace love, and let go of what you went through, because that's no longer a representation of you. And I want you to realize that's a form of magic as well. Now, what do I mean? See, chosen ones, you got to think your words, what you speak is what you seek. That's what you start to see. So again, I always say, like Alexa, if you say certain things around Alexa, she activates, right? Alexa, play this. Alexa, play that. Alexa, do this. Alexa, do that. When you say I am, or how you talk around yourself in a sense, that activates all that energy around you. So what have you been activating? You keep putting yourself back in that time capsule of negative things, and you keep replaying or repeating what they did to you instead of embracing new things that's coming in. You keep talking about how you was cheated on, how you was beaten on, how you was abandoned, but you're not talking about how the love that you're about to receive, somebody that's going to protect you, somebody that's going to respect you, somebody that's going to be there supportive of. You're not thinking about the positive things. You keep going back down memory lane to all the negatives, and then you wonder why you keep saying the same shit again. If you keep calling out for something, it's going to come, right? Almost like Candyman, almost like Bloody Mary, how they say, almost like you got to be cautious of the words that you saying, because that's calling them in. So you keep thinking about that ain't shit ass partner that did the things that they did, but you keep bringing their name up, which keeps manifesting them in. So that's a form of magic, because it's something that you don't want, but you just are bringing it. You understand? Or you just doing shit or saying shit to say it. You understand? So stop talking about your ex. That is no longer you. You didn't even know you when you knew these individuals. So leave it alone. It doesn't matter. This is 2024 right now. If your ass got cheated on already, I'm just saying, then your ass done seen, you knew December 31st of 2023 that motherfucker was out doing other things. It's 2024. When I ask you, have you ever been cheated on? Your answer is no. This the new you. How they say the new body? Like, this is the new you. So the new you ain't been cheated on, and it's not going to be. We not speaking those things into manifestation. We only claiming love, peace, abundance, happiness. You understand? Respect around us. We not acknowledging negative. They not going to be here for long. The more that you entertain them, the more that you giving them energy to be around the vicinity. So therefore, you always got to be on guard. Nah. Stop talking about the negative. You speaking it on. You saying their name. Have you ever sit there and said, yeah, because Cheryl's begging ass came over here and said, all of a sudden it's like, damn, you must have spoke her up. That's almost like Smokey and Craig. Start talking about Felicia, and her begging ass started appearing, right? They start talking about Debo, and Debo's ass start creaking up, correct? See, chosen ones, again, stop thinking about or saying the things that you don't want to attract in. That's like saying the devil's name and then getting surprised when he is actually present. No. Acknowledge. If you don't acknowledge it, it don't exist. And I could tell you, I'm surrounded by love. I ain't surrounded by no negative. I'm surrounded by respect. That's the only thing I'm entertaining. You understand me? No matter who ruffles their feathers and tries to attack you, say certain things on your post about you, try to sit there and get a reaction. If you don't entertain them, they no longer exist. That's why they trying to go under multiple posts in order to get a reaction so that they can get attention, so that they can get recognition, so that they can get some energy. Nah, we about to starve their asses out. You about to starve messing with me. I'm trying to tell you, ask any demons that try to come against me, they defeated. See, I don't play that. How they say, homie, don't play that, baby. Not at all. I'm not entertaining no negative. If anything, God's going to have me speak the truth, and it's going to really stick to you, and you're going to feel a certain type of way, but at the same time, it's leading you to greater days. You better get that shit together. You understand? Instead of sitting there looking at people so negatively or wanting to attack them because God trusted them with certain light, you should be asking certain things on how they was able to receive that, how they was able to get it, how you can get there too. See, some of y'all end up burning bridges when this was the person that was sent here to help lend a hand to you. We gonna say that for another day though, right? We gonna stay back to this. Cycles being ended, correct? So, chosen ones, not only are you going to have to correct the things that you allow people to witness about you. If you always used to have the attitude, you always the one that was on guard and so protective of certain people around you. So your people, your family and friends use you to be the guard dog for them. So now all of a sudden you out here acting like a pit bull when you really on that lovey-dovey shit, but you can't show that because they got expectations of you. So you always had to be the fighter of your family, or you had to be the one that always protect them or provide finances for them or whatever the case may be. So now you don't get to be authentically you because this is the persona that they placed on you. Oh, so-and-so. That's why I say don't call your children mini-me's. No, they a better version of you. Don't call them no mini-me because they're going to take on certain cycles that you have still connected to you. So that means if that father passed away, right? And I'll say an example for myself. My father passed away when I was 6, right? So everybody used to call me Little Tiger. Like, yo, that's Little Tiger right there. You can't tell me. Look, she act like him. She laugh like him. She talk like him. Not only that, I told y'all I was a little hothead because I always had to be on defense pertaining to my surroundings, right? So everybody used to call me Little Tiger, but they used to say it like, yo, you know she don't play no games. That's Little Tiger. So it was almost negatively. So therefore, I took on that persona. I had to be my father figure for my family. See, I had to play the person that my mother needed to be. Certain things that she could have had her partner do, but she expected those from me. So that was help raise the children, help move certain shit, help do. I wasn't able to be in my divine feminine energy. I always had to step up and play the masculine. So there's certain, again, the title that they gave me, Little Tiger, had me acting a little bit more aggressive than I really was. I'm a buttercup, just like my dad was, but he ain't let that ego go. You understand? So don't call your children little mini-me's. That's why I don't even really play that junior tip. Like, hey, if you do, you do. But I feel like give them my identity of themselves. Because if you look at your children right now, they names match them. If you wasn't just naming shit to name shit, if you actually look up their personality and get in tune, like, man, I'm feeling like this is their name. And now all of a sudden, as they get older, they act that way. That's what it is. But again, chosen ones, a lot of you got to start writing your wrongs and closing out cycles, and it's going to start with your kids. You actually being okay with being single. You're not looking for a partner to have y'all complete. That partner's just going to be a benefit, an extension of them. You understand me? To play that position. So that means for your partner that you're attracting, they're going to show your children what true love is. Yes, your children may have a father of their own that's connected to them in a part of their life, but they also have an additional father too that gives them more love and shows love for you too. You understand me? This is all, if you really out your ego and let that go, when you and your ex don't work out, and the fact that they have somebody that's a good person and is embracing your child, showing love to them, acknowledging them, sitting there again, playing certain protective roles when they outside of your presence, that's a gift, chosen ones. There's some of you that's getting your feelings because you like, oh, well, that person never played that position for me. They wasn't supposed to. You both were supposed to move on for other things. Y'all was the prep. I already told you sometimes when you plant certain seeds and flowers, you may not be around to see them bloom. The next person that comes through may benefit from that view. You understand me? So you got to think about the bigger picture. Everything don't revolve just about the lesson that you're supposed to be learning, chosen ones. Sometimes you help lead that person to the lesson that they needed to learn too. But again, it starts with your youth. So if you doing right towards them, God's going to stop your finances finances from coming in. If you talking about you always working all the time and you don't got no time for your kids, your finances are going to slow down and come to a halt, or God's going to get you out of that position. Because God's going to say, if you ain't had time before, I bet your ass got time now. If you ain't had time for them now before because you said that you needed to get that money, okay, now that you can't get to that money, now you can go ahead and have certain bonding time with them. And guess what? Those who pay attention, that income comes in and it's going to be beneficial to them. Those parents who make that choice where they're like, man, I'll sacrifice this job position that I want because this job provides this hours and God's going to align as long as you trust in the purpose and the path that he's placing you on. Like, come on. I'm trying to tell you. The biggest thing, the most important role of it all is your faith. But God trusted you with his children, chosen ones. See, think of yourself almost like that foster mother, father, or that stepmother or father. You're a bonus. So outside of God's presence, he's allowing you to be present with his blessings. You are the person that's basically preparing them for the position that they're supposed to play in this world dynamic. So if you out here limiting your child, you again having and creating all these cycles that they got to try to figure it out, you sitting there again. Excuse me, even if you choose and decide, like, if you wanted to give your child up for adoption, chosen ones, one, are you doing it for a selfish reason? If God co-signed it, did you leave a note to them? I feel like that should be a requirement. If you gave your child up for adoption, then you should have a note to explain to them why you was in that situation so that they can have healing and that they not out here guessing. You understand me? Not only that, chosen ones, let's talk. There's certain parents right now that you talking about you getting yourself together so you can't be involved with your child. You'll never be together, I promise you. See, you're not going to be together until you do right by those individuals. So you talking about you going to have another child because the first child and they parent didn't work out. That's not how this works. Because in that other child that you didn't play a position for is now going to be looking at that other child and comparing themselves to him, wondering why you stepped up for that one and disowned the other one. Bad karma will always come to you. So again, you got to be willing to put your pride to the side, put that ego to the side in order to do certain things for your child. You're going to have to do it out of love and not for your finances, because your kids ain't going to remember what you bought them. They're going to embrace the experience. They're going to remember that. Remember when we went here? They ain't going to say, remember when I had these shoes on and that shoes on and that shirt on? And I can speak from experience. Again, my dad passed away when I was 6. I could tell you how his voice sound, his smell sound, his laugh sound. I could tell you the conversations that I had with him, real conversations as a young child. So it's like, again, he knew like, yo, for this next chapter, I got to tell you certain things. And that's what stick. Like, I remember why I'm so involved with nature the way I am. He used to be climbing, have us up in the trees on little bridges, doing all these adventurous things. Like, that's what it was. He set the dynamic. So you can set the dynamic too. Think about your position right now, chosen one. Why are you having to go back and heal certain things that you went through? Because your parents put you through it, or what they didn't do. So if you can give your children a head start at life so that they don't have to go back and heal like you, they can actually go from being a child surrounded by love and happiness, or seeing you here and then seeing you move towards abundance. You don't even realize the cycles that you breaking in the new positive cycles that you're creating. If they witnessed you not being the best of positions, then allow them to witness you as you get your things together. You talking about you got to work hard so that they can have this and they can have that, when really you not asking them if that's what they want or that's what you want, because you lacked it. You talking about they got to have new shoes, new this, new that, but did you ask them would they rather have this or time with you for them? Because if you raise your children correctly and not all based upon material things, that's almost like when you buy your child a gift and they play with the box instead. See, they know it's sometimes it's the simple, I always say this, chosen ones, the most simple things in experience. When you was over at your granny's crib, 13 hits to one little small ass bed, you have all these memories of these times with your family and having, y'all was all eating little beans and damn hot dogs at that point in time, whatever the case may be. whatever you call it. But you was excited, you was happy. Those was the memories, correct? Okay, cool. See, when you think about chosen ones, certain individuals that you missed that crossed over in a sense, even if they was wealthy, that's not the thing that you mentioning. You talking about, dang, I miss so-and-so because they had a good heart to them. If they had it, if you ain't have it, they made sure you had it. They got it. So on and so forth, right? So and so, you don't sit there and talk about so-and-so that passed away, that had all this long bread, talk about the money that they had. You talk about the heart that they had, the things that they did. See, chosen ones, it's an experience. That's why you got to stop trying to focus your life just about where you're going to. No, it's important for you to make the correct steps and know what's for you, allow God to guide you, but you also got to enjoy the views too. That's almost like you going on an airplane to this place. Are you going to keep your eyes closed until you get to that place, or are you going to enjoy the views? You going over this pretty blue water. You seeing the skies. You seeing this past you. So on and so forth. If you driving in the car, you on a passenger, you going to look off like, dang, this is pretty. This is nice. It's the experience. See, even when you was walking, chosen ones, walking to school or whatever it is that you did, you had your friend that y'all was laughing. Y'all was enjoying yourselves. It made the experience happy, correct? You was smiling, you was vibing, you was, no matter if you was on that air mattress or if you was on that king size bed, whether or not you was in that new foreign or you was in that putt whip, whether or not you was walking, whether or not you had the newest clothes on you, they still was vibing with. It was the experience. That's why it's so important for you to watch who you have around you. The worst person, you could be in the house of your dreams, but you in there with a demon, so now you don't even got good memories from it. Some of the places that you live in right now was once the place that you seek to go to, but somebody ruined it for you. So now you feel like you got to leave in order for you to find happiness again. Nah, get rid of their ass. No longer be connected with them. Don't let them dim your light. Let you shine bright and enjoy yourself. Certain people have ruined every happy moment for you because they either compared you or told you things that you was lacking, made you, again, instead of complimenting you, they gave you one that was backhanded. See, nah. No, you had to embrace this experience and enjoy it. If that person let's get back to this, closing out cycles. Again, some of the cycles that you created too, now chosen ones. Once upon a time, those past people was everything that you was praying for, right? Once upon a time, you thought that was your end-all be-all, right? Once upon a time, you wanted to have so many children with them. You wanted to get married with them. You was willing to do anything for this individual. See, that was before you knew what love was, right? See, at that point in time, chosen ones, there's certain people that you met in the transformation stage. Now, what do I mean? See, again, this was you stepping into your light, but at the same time, you had to sort through certain people around you. So you was getting better while other people around you was staying the same. So again, you had to change and then realize you needed to change your environment too. But hear me out. See, chosen ones, there's certain people that you met, a quick glimpse, God has you cross paths with them, you felt a little spark, or they played certain things, they was showing you their heart, they was all soft with you, you could laugh with them, this was like a friend of you, whatever the case may be. But at that point in time, you ain't know what love was, or you ain't see love clearly. So you may have looked over them and was trying to get over your ex, but then went to an individual that was like your ex instead of focusing on the person that God selected to have you change your path. But hear me out. See, chosen ones, this is the time that you have to close out certain cycles. Now, what do I mean? See, some of these people that cross paths with you, you haven't always been the victims, quote unquote. You haven't always been the person that was getting attacked, the person that wasn't acknowledging certain love that was getting presented in a sense. This has been a cycle. So you've been the big bad wolf to certain people too. Because certain people that you met that was trying to give their love to you would have you vulnerable or showing vulnerability, but you was on guard based upon who you still energetically was connected to. So you sat there and disrespected them, neglected them, ghosted them, didn't respond to them, sat there and got they sitting there saying grand rising, beautiful, I was thinking about, they telling you all these things. Did you eat? How you feeling? How'd you sleep? Oh, I thought of this song. I had this song. They singing to you, wanting to FaceTime you, look at you, and you sat there and looked over this individual to look and chase after somebody who didn't want you, wasn't going to be there for you, had a cycle connected to you, just did you grimy for another individual, but you looked over that person to make the demonic people around you comfortable. So guess what happens? You created a cycle with them, so now you could have them and have their guards up. Now they are almost like a reflection of who you were when you met them, because now they was willing to give you love, give you affection, but you wasn't willing to receive it. You rejected them, neglected them, so now they sat there and have their guard up on love, and it may be you who has to go to them, let that guard down so that they can let love back in. So some of you ain't always been right, and that's why God is like, listen, you about to have love entering your life. So that means that if God's about to give you love, that's like when people say, oh, when they get on and have bread, they go and feed the homeless, or they help and assist the less fortunate. The same pertaining to you. If God's about to grant you with love, then you need to go back to those people that you may have created certain cycles with and just tell them. They may not have always been right in certain situations, but in the instance that you know that you was wrong for, because now you're starting to realize, like, dang, now that you're starting to get to know what love is, you're starting to realize love was something that they were showing, but you was not ready to receive it. That was foreign to you. So you was like, oh, you thought that was a setup when that individual tried to give it to you. You sat there again, thought that your person was another person, when really that was that person was a distraction. You starting to realize. So you had to apologize. I can speak for behalf of myself, chosen ones. I'm not the type, there ain't no grudge. Ain't no craziness. Now, again, if you did certain magic and shit, and if you try to attack my children, baby, it's off of your head. There's no more conversations at all. Like, energetically, you already lost. So I'm not arguing with a corpse type shit. You feel me? But certain people, if you ain't like me because somebody likes me, or you don't like me because I am me, there's no beef within you. That's a beef that you had that you going to end up realizing, like, yo, she a cool-ass individual. That's how certain people looking at you, chosen one, like, they was mad, wanted you to be the villain so bad, and then all of a sudden they get around you like, damn, shorty would have been a good friend. We really chill. We laid back. We lovers. That don't mean that we ain't got that spicy side in us, but we laid back. We cool. But just like we got that spiciness to us to protect us, we got that spiciness in us to protect you too. We the type, if I love you, baby, ain't nobody about to play with you. Nobody about to disrespect you in front of my presence. I'm going to speak up for you. See, not only that, I'm speaking so much love and light and protection and clarity in your life. See, when you got somebody that got a connection with God, that's speaking divine things over you and what you got going on, I'm trying to tell you, it's the difference. It hits different. You understand? So, chosen ones, with that being said, some of you are going to have to go back and close out certain cycles that you may have created. That's just apologizing. Like, listen, if anything that I said to you, how I encourage you, has you have a guard up and not wanting to accept certain individuals that come around you, I apologize. Like, I want you're free. We disconnected from any mental bonds that we had, energetic ties, whatever the case may be. You releasing that cycle so that you can receive yours and that they can move forward and receive theirs too. You understand me? So that's it. Just apologizing. That doesn't mean, but you also got to remember and respect how that person responds to you too, chosen ones. Because some of these people may not be willing to accept your apology. Some of them may not be willing to communicate. Some of them may not want to respond, but that's not what you're doing it for. You doing it to clear out the cycle and lead them and give them advancement in their path. Allow them to know that they wasn't all negative. They wasn't all bad. You understand me? Just because it didn't work out with us don't mean that I'm speaking foul upon you. But if you did grimy to me, then I know how God's about to do you. That's two different things. But we talking about certain people that you may not have been the nice person for. You didn't like how they reacted towards you or how they went ghost on you and all of this. But you do that shit too, where you did. And it took for that person to do it for you to realize that your ass did it to somebody else. You understand? There's no room for doors to be open that are supposed to be shut. So if there's cycles that you need to apologize for, apologize. But if they say they don't want to accept it, that's cool. You did what you were supposed to do. Not take it personal, not respond and say certain petty shit back to them. Nah, it's like, I respect that. You entitled to your opinion. you entitled to not respond to. There ain't no bad blood, but you releasing it so that you can receive your true divine individual. Y'all got love coming in. You got that real love. You understand me? I'm talking about that real love. Past that Mary J. Blige. You heard me. This is that your divine person, your lover, homie, and friend. That person that no matter where y'all at, no matter what y'all doing, they enjoying it. That person that, again, loves your children and loves you. You could have children's fathers or children's mothers that's involved with them. But they are here to play a position too. They are here to show your children, again, how to have somebody reciprocate energy back to them. What a healthy dynamic look like. You in your happiest time because you feeling real bright every time this person's around or that they got aligned in your life. You not putting finances over everything because money is steady fluctuating. Numbers go up and go down all the time. So if you focus just on the number, see, this goes to you trying to lose weight too. If you so focus on the number and not how certain things are starting to form for you, you're going to be in your head. You looking for a number and you can't even enjoy yourself because you trying to get to that place that you already are at. You got to enjoy the experience, chosen ones, but don't get caught up in the numbers. You understand? Don't get caught up in certain finances because that person has been working just like you. God is aligning them on their path so that their purpose is going to align profit, and the same applies to you. But you got a piece of a puzzle that you put together. They got pieces too. They got their view. Y'all put it together. It's a bigger picture for the both of you. What you learned in the process and what they learned as well. Now y'all combine. Now y'all are overwhelmed with blessings, abundance, prosperity, happiness. And it's because you're happy in any circumstance. It's just because of the people that you with. So you laugh and enjoy yourself walking to that corner store with your homeboy, homegirl, your friend, lover, whatever the case may be. Just like you would be loving riding to that car, to that store with the person in the car. Just like you would love laughing on the airplane to certain trips and vacations that y'all about to take. Just like you would be laughing on TV or certain interviews and award ceremonies that people are acknowledging you. It's the company that you keep, chosen ones. And some of you were showing love to certain people that didn't have love for you. They didn't even have love for themselves. So, you understand? They wasn't willing to learn it, wasn't willing to earn it, none of that. Just because they wasn't willing to accept it, you still showed them something. You still piqued their interest. So now, yes, they'll be comparing you to other individuals that they align with, but you're on what also the notes in a sense. It's almost like, dang, the lesson that we learned. Okay, so it's an open book quiz. The next test that they have with the person that they get connected with, like, dang, is this like this? Is this the same test? Did I learn this before? So you a lesson and you a blessing in every form. Just know that. But there's some of you that got cycles to close out. But there's some of you that person that you felt like you loved, they loved you. That was your best friend, homie, lover, best friend, the person that you had a close connection with, but y'all may not have ever took it there, or when you tried or thought about taking it there, life took them somewhere else. The same for you. God was like, nah, I see all the love that you two had for each other. So now I'm about to go prepare them. So both of y'all was preparing each other for each other's celebration and didn't even know it. You crossed paths with them, got a quick view with them. And this is you got to realize, chosen ones, and we'll get down to this, or if you got a situation and you want more specification pertaining to your situation, I got you. Coaching sessions, baby. You hear me? I'll tell you everything about your partner, all of that. But there's some of you that briefly met your individual. You felt a certain type of connection, but you looked over it. You didn't know what it was. So you downplayed it like, I'm cool with this person too. Me and this person got a music connection. Me and this person got... So you downplayed it. Now, the more that you found out what love is, now guess what you're doing? You're going back like, yo, wait a minute. As God's breaking down like, yeah, love looks like this. Love feels like this. Love, and you like, yo, I came across that. You for real? God's like, yeah, and this is how, and you like, yo, everything is aligned. That was them the whole time. That was them. So now you running like a vine in 4 minutes and shit. You out of breath, breathing like Big Bertha. But you starting to realize like, yo, this is that. You realizing what it was the whole time. You realizing that certain stuff was lust, certain things was illusion that was placed on you, and certain things that you looked over was love. But the difference between you and other individuals who looked over you, you put your ego to the side. You was willing to right these wrongs with this individual. So now people are getting the opportunity to see if they're going to choose you or if they're going to go align to a different path. But the person that they're going to choose is not for them. This is a lesson. So it's almost like, hey, I know you might be a little sad that it's been a little bit of time that we ain't been connected, but I've been preparing certain things for you. Like, I know this, I've been prepared. And you was preparing it for them by preparing yourself in a sense, because you a reflection. So everything that you can do for you, you going to do for that person. It's going to happen times two. So by you getting your confidence up, now you confident in what that person was saying to you. Now you trust them. When they was saying that they loved you, you ain't believed them because you ain't know what love is. Now you like, matter of fact, you right. You right. I am love. They used to give you compliments. You used to feel all weird about that shit. Now, guess what? You like, you right, baby. I am beautiful. I am handsome. Oh, thank you. You still might fluster a little bit because I'm telling you, I'm a Sagittarius. We spicy, but baby, my moon signs are Cancer. So I'm a softy at heart. You start complimenting, my cheeks getting all rosy. I'm blushing and shit, giggling and shit. Like, what? Stop that. You feel me? But the right people bring that out of you. Who displays the softer side of you? But you're starting to see, chosen ones, the people who bring you peace. And half the time you was on guard at that time because you ain't believe what they was saying to be true. Now you realizing like, yo, they seen something great in you that you ain't even seeing you. Does that sound familiar? The people from your past that you was complimenting them and they ain't believe it, so they went down a different path. And now all of a sudden they starting to realize everything that you was saying to them was true, that you was looking out for them, that you liked them for who they really was and was showing you. It's all ties together, huh? Oh, all right. Just making sure. So, chosen ones, embrace this. So much love is coming in, and that love follows up with this abundance. God said, hey, yo, you do the right thing for love, and I promise you, you get reward for it. So just by you connecting this ancestor side with this ancestor side, these guardian angels with these guardian angels, just for you showing your loyalty to God, listening to what he's telling you, putting that ego to the side, letting go of them toxic ass relationships that you connected to, I promise you, chosen ones, you got money that's coming. But you are looking over love and experiencing memories because you feel like you're financially not where you're supposed to be. And that's why God's keeping you from getting it, because that would be your excuse on why you're not giving love an opportunity then. Oh, you ain't got time for love. Oh, you don't even got me time. So first self-love, because if you got me time, then that me time turns to we time when that person gets presented. So now you can't say you ain't got no time for them, because if you had time for yourself, then you can pencil them in then, huh? All right. Everything's happening for a reason, chosen ones. Get ready. Be optimistic. Ego is out of there. We on that soft girl, that soft girl ever tip. Masculines, you too. We on that lovey-dovey tip. I'm talking about you better get on your 90s shit. Outside in the rain, talking about singing and stuff. You see somebody sure to give you butterflies in a good way, brings peace to you, and she make you want to sing certain loving songs. I better hear your ass sing a tune. I don't care if you humming, you whistling. Whatever the case may be, if your ass barely hitting that note, you better sing some shit. If that person brings out that, have you smiling and shit, showing your golds from side to side, shining all bright, I'm trying to tell you, that's your person. That person got you thinking about your future like, yo, that's your person. Think of the songs that you listen to. Are you listening to Irreplaceable, or are you listening to a song talking about how they love is irresistible? Like, come on, what was you listening to? What songs is coming? If you hearing a song, that's my baby daddy, you know, it's a red flag. If that's coming on when you on your way to them, that's a setup. I'm trying to tell you, man, these freaks that got me tripped. It's like, whoa, all right, time to get up out of here. You out here on your way to them. They say they going through stuff. You hear Project Pat talking about, don't save her. She don't what? I'm turning that around. I'm not trying to go. I'm trying to save. No. What song is playing? Oh, all right. All right. Let me hear it. That's why I'm trying to tell you for real. God uses everything to connect to you. So it's like, God, what you got? You on your way there, you keep hearing all these little commercials talking about the itchy this and scratchy that. It's like, oh, fuck no. I'm turning around. No. You thought there was Mr. Nasty time. Soon as you about to pull your pants down, I keep talking about, do you or anybody around you have hurt you? You like, what the fuck? That's the second time that commercial then came on. You start zipping the shit up. Nope. No, you can't see her and you not breathing in this direction because I don't know how that works. I don't know. And keep the spit to yourself because it's a little piece of spit that's dangling from that lip. I don't want to take. I'm just trying to say, like, you pay attention to the signs, like, You sitting there talking about you about to go here. You hear, he talking about, can he borrow this? Oh, let me just hold this. And Plies ran off on the plug twice. You like, what the fuck? No, let me just take my little couple $100 back to myself. Ran off on the plug. How many times? Fuck no. I'm not. Nope. You thinking you can take that person back? You hear Keisha Cole, I should have cheated. Fuck no. I'm not for that. What's playing? What is playing? He talking about he not mad. He just want to talk. Now all of a sudden you hear knuck if you buck. Cause something's about to happen. You talking about you want to talk face to face. You can talk over this mic. You on speakerphone. I'm actually recording at this time, sir. You talking about you not mad, you want to talk. Well, why the knuck if you butt? I come in the club, shaking my what? Throwing these what? Busting these what? Oh, fuck no, that's a sign. Won't be busting my damn head tonight. Nope. You gotta just pay attention to the signs and synchronicities shows and ones. Like, pay attention. What is it saying? Because God can use every frequency. You gotta realize God is in everything. So he gonna give you all the signs. Like, Nope. I'm just saying, watch it. But I love you so much. I'm excited for you. Like, embrace this. But y'all got love. You got new love that's coming from a familiar face. Some of you have new love altogether. But some of you, it's from a familiar individual. Somebody who's not a karmic. This is a whole nother person that's going to get presented to you. So this ain't somebody that beat on you, cheat on you, to see y'all's asses wasn't even together. This is that type of vibe. This is somebody that you liked, you loved, felt connected to them, but certain things in your life didn't align the time. See, I say it's never the right person at the wrong time because the right person never would have wronged you. That's how you know the difference. So right person, wrong time doesn't apply to people that was whooping your ass, cheating on you, beating on you, and all of that. No, that's that person that you cross paths with them like, yeah, this is cool. Felt a spark with them, but God was like, all right, you like them? Now prepare the ground for them. Prepare. You got to remember, you a tree chosen ones. You see how your hair forms in various forms. Some of it could be like an oak tree. Some of it straight like a weeping willow, whatever the case may be. Now think about the trees, right? So one, above is how they eat, right? Like photosynthesis and all of that. But not only that, their roots, where they grounded and what they connected to. So what grounding and foundation have you set for you? You the tree. So everything else is an extension of you. These relationships, these children, all of this. But you are the foundation. So what are you digging a foundation of connecting to? You took risks with all that so-so shit, so are you willing to take risks on the right individual? Are you willing to take risks when it comes to you building your business like you was willing to take a risk and make it to that person's job that you was working at and all that to provide? You understand me? This is the time. Step into familiar people. This ain't the time for you to be out here hanging with drug dealers. Hear me out when I say this, because some of y'all might feel a certain type of way. Nah. It's a difference between somebody who hustles to provide and is preparing to get out of that and is out of that trap mind. This may have been, because guess what? The best business person usually started as a hustler, chosen one. There's a difference. Somebody who prides themselves with dealing drugs, or somebody who did that for a moment in time and then went to other great stuff, right? So that's like that booster going from boosting to opening a boutique. An actual boutique where she used and bought her own merchandise to sell these things, not steal that shit. This is like that drug dealer that was pushing certain products, actually invest in a business, whether or not that's clothes, whether or not that's golds, whatever the case may be. They actually know how to take one product, push it to a certain dynamic or a certain group. They know certain people who want it and certain people who do it. They paid attention to their surroundings, confidence within it, know how much to invest in this in order to stretch out certain shit. See, chosen ones, your experience, what you went through, was the preparation to where you going to. So even if you started there, you not no drug dealer because you was dealing drugs. You was little so-and-so that started there in order to find yourself. That's it. So it's a difference with you interacting with people who's dealing that shit and people who's actually learning certain qualities that they're going to be able to put in action for their purpose that they in. God has everything happen for a reason. Pay attention. The person who wants to better themselves and is not complacent, that's the divine. The person who is doing that shit and only wants to do that shit and doesn't want to do anything different, that's the demonic. Don't rock with it. We always bettering ourselves. We always go to the light, the right movement. So no matter what you started off as, that's not where you going to. That's not who you became, and that's not who you are, chosen one. So get that shit together. But I love you so much. I'm going to get up off of here because I do have some coaching sessions to do. Please remember the link in my bio. When you're ready, I got you. Thank you so much, babies. When you get your coaching session, it could be any area of interest, areas. Let me try to say that correctly because I'll be fucking certain words up. But any areas of interest that you focused on, as many questions as you have throughout that time period, I got you. So this is you being open. What you want asked, I got you. You understand? But just know that everything's going to work out. I'm excited for you. I'm here for you. I'm going to post this on YouTube. For those who have been gifted, thank you. It only allows me to see the first, the top 10. So if you did gift and I ain't mention you, I apologize, but this is your recognition, all right? Because it only showed me the first 10, I promise you, all right? I love you so much. Y'all continue to be great. If you need me, babies, you know how to reach me. Be great.